What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Mind Beyond Money. I'm Shane, and today we're going to be talking about how to save some money. Now, the first thing I like to do is I like to look at what I've been spending, figuring out where my money's been going in maybe the past 3 months, and then kind of start to categorize that, put it in, food, vehicle maintenance, gas, house pricing, or housing pricing, I guess, like rent or utilities, things like that. Average it out from your last 3 months and see where you're at, and then see where you can cut.
And now you slice them.
So look at what you've been spending, see, oh yeah, I don't need to spend that much, I don't need to eat out, I don't need to drive around as much, or whatever it is, and then try and cut down your expenses. Most of it's going to come in the form of like food, because a lot of your regular expenses are going to be fixed, but you can save money by maybe adding a roommate to the place you live or something like that. And then from that, you're going to build your budget. With your budget, you're going to follow it, and you're going to review it every month and look back at your expenses and compare it to your budget and see if you're doing that or not. And just keep it conscious while you're, if you're out with friends, only set aside a certain amount of money. Some of you might have to do this with cash because it might be too difficult to track with your card. But for me, I'm able to use my card. It doesn't seem to bother me too much. Like, it doesn't seem like I'm spending too much or I'm, tapping it too many times because I'm not thinking about it. I always look when the machine is past me how much it reads out on it before I tap or swipe or insert my card. That way I'm knowing, in my head at least, there's some idea that I'm staying within my budget. And I usually plan out what I'm going to buy instead of just going and buying whatever. If I need a new pair of jeans or whatever it is, I plan it, oh, okay, so I have room for $50 or $100 for a new pair of jeans or whatever it happens to be. So after that, you should have a gap between how much money you're bringing in and how much you're spending on your budget, your newly fixed up budget. And that's going to be your savings and investments. So with those savings and investments, you're going to have to set goals for yourself. What do you want? Do you want to save to build a business? Do you want to save to go on a vacation? Whatever it is. And you need to set up different accounts for all that. So for each goal that you have in mind, I recommend setting up a new account instead of just having like one savings account. So instead of having one savings account for everything, you have multiple for different ones. And maybe that's not possible with every bank that you bank with or whatever it is, but try and separate your money as much as you can. The other thing that you're going to look for when shopping around is what's going to be the best savings rates for you for savings accounts, and then what's going to be the best fees for your brokerage accounts, because some of this money isn't just going to be saved and then spent on a later date. Some of it you're going to be saving it to actually invest it. And if you're investing, you need a brokerage account. So you're going to want to look at the fee structures. It's going to be different depending on where you live, what your goals are, what you're trying to buy for investments, etc. I'm not going to recommend anything. I would suggest just doing the research and looking at all your options. Maybe you live somewhere and the local credit union is going to be the best option, or maybe an online bank is going to be the best option for getting you the biggest interest rate that you can. Now, you might want to watch out because interest rates are really low, and for the most part you're going to be better off trying to invest it, but again, it depends on your goals. So the next thing will be trying to either increase your income, or you're going to be looking at maybe just selling stuff around the house that you don't need. Maybe it's some toys from your childhood, a video game you don't play anymore, whatever, some clothes you don't wear or don't fit you anymore. Look for any ways to make a little bit of extra money. Maybe it's driving for Uber Eats or whatever it is. Try and expand a little bit of income or make yourself some more money and then put it into your savings right away. Don't spend it on anything. And then from there, my last tip is going to be, don't pull it out for any reason other than the reason you invested or saved it in the first place. If you're investing for retirement, don't pull it out to go and buy a new car unless you are absolutely desperate for it, right? So unless you're completely desperate, I would suggest leaving it in there for the exact goal that you have it for. Make sure to check out our podcast if you want some more content, and we will catch you later.